The good news is, if there is some, we are clearing out over the next couple days. A very chilly Tuesday on the way, one of the coldest days we have had so far this year.
At 7 o'clock, I was in Hawaii and I got a call from Greg Long saying, hey, I have a last-minute strike mission. Could you be in California at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning? Landed in California, drove to my house 20 minutes from the airport, grabbed my warm wetsuits, made it back to the airport in time for a 10 a.m. flight, flew all day to get to a wave that Greg described as a slab point break, which he'd been going to the last 3 years and hadn't surfed it yet, and no one had surfed it. We landed at the destination at 1 in the morning, got to sleep for 3 hours, woke up at 5, drove a couple hours and showed up to the spot, and immediately the setup looked insane, but it was flat, dead flat. And Greg is like, yeah, just wait you guys, the swell's gonna be here at 10 o'clock. 2 hours roll by, Greg was right on the money. It was howling offshore, big and barreling.
Yeah, Alex jumped in on this particular mission. It really came down to the fact that it was, so last minute. You know, he was the only one that bought into my BS that I was, spewing out the other end of the phone, and I'm stoked he did.
Greg and I both ate crap on a wave. I remember trying to paddle into one wave and it was so windy it held me in the lip and I just had to jump, and I felt like I free fell for a couple seconds, landed and just got smoked. He had a super late drop where he paddled in, airdropped, caught, and it looked like he was gonna land it because he was fully extended, and then just face planted and got sucked up and over. And we both got worked and also got a couple great waves, but our eye was on the prize, which was up at the top of the point. We came in, we're freezing cold, and the one thing that we could think of was, okay, how could we get warm as fast as possible? And we had this tea kettle. There were two locals, and they were on ATVs. We asked the local kids, hey, would you guys grab us some warm water? They're like, yeah, we'd love to. And the kids went home to their house, filled up the kettle, and brought it down with piping hot water. So Greg and I both downed some hot chocolate, and then we're pouring hot water in our wetsuits before we went out for our next surf. We got amped, put on our wet wetsuits, and made the long paddle out the back of the point.
The wave itself is just an amazing slab point. Every time I've seen it, it's been breaking a little different. I've seen photographs of it that looks like it goes the whole way, and others where it's just one particular section. In the morning we were surfing the very inside, so it's got all sorts of different faces. And one day, it's all going to come together, and I think be a pretty phenomenal wave. mission continues. I'll be on the next flight, back over there whenever it's going to happen.